Hello, today I am going to tell you how you will send an email with an attachment in .NET. Here I have just created a sample application in which I have taken a button. On button click, the email will be sent with an attachment. Here we are defining here a click event. So this will be a button it look like, and let's see the code behind this on click event. For sending an email, first of all you have to define using system.net.mail DLL. Here you are defining the .NET DLL so that you can send email. And within that button click event, I have defined a try catch, and within this try catch, first you have to define, always for sending an email, first you will define this mail message object. First you will create a mail message object. Then after creating a mail message object, create STMP client object. Then mail address object with an argument from address. Here you will define your from address, whatever the address you have in from, from where an email will going to be, from where from address. You have to define the from address in this object. This will be the parameter you have to pass it. Then for an attachment, you have to create an object of an attachment, and within this object you have to define the you have to send the parameter to this attachment, and within this parameter here you will define the path where the file reside or an attachment is, or the file you want to attach. You have to define the path, and this path would be your server path that is placed. This path will be your server path where the file resides, where the file is not your desktop path, only the server path where this file is residing. You have to define in this attachment object. After this you have to define network credentials. System.net first create network credential objects, then after defining network credential object, define your username. Username, here you have to define your username, in which you have to define your mail server ID. Mail server ID means from which where the mail would be sent. Then its password, mail server password. Then from address, again you have to define now here you have defined the mail address, and within now sending this mail address to this mail message object by writing it mail message dot from equals to new mail address, and writing here the from address, sending this mail address to, or attaching this mail address to message mail object. Then also you have to define to whom the mail would be sent. Here you will define the to address, message mail dot to dot address. Here you will define the mail address. Then the subject, within this mail message, these are the different functions which are defined, or you can say properties which are defined in it, and you have to pass the values to it. Then mail message dot subject, here you will define the subject. Mail message dot body, whatever you want it in your mail body, you can write it here. Then for an attachment, you have to define this line, that mail message dot attachments dot add this attach. This attach object will be added to the message mail attachment. Then STMP client object dot host, you have to define your mail server. Here the server username is defined, here mail server username is defined, mail server, here you are defining here mail server password, and here you have to define your mail server name, or you can say mail server host. Then assigning these network credentials to this STMP client object, that through this credentials this mail would be sent. Then for sending an email, you have to send this message mail object, complete message mail object, which in which we have defined all the parameters of mail, will be sent to this STMP client object, and then the response will be given, which will be the mail sent. And if any exception is occur, you can write this exception ex response. This is how you can, this is the code for attaching a mail, and how attaching an attachment with your mail. Either no issue with any audio or video file. This is a simple method for attaching an attachment with your email. Thank you.